Hello friends, my name is Vijendra Patil and today in this video we are going to talk about the book Factfulness. Brief background about this particular video. My friend Abhijit Raut consistently writes book summaries on his blog named Expressions and Impressions. I'll share the link of the blog in this video description. These summaries of the book relate to productivity, discipline, growth mindset, and other self-help related topics. One of those summaries when I had read was about this book Factfulness. While reading that summary, it motivated me to jot down some points, and what I came up at the end of it was a crisp short note. I just happened to share it with Abhijit and he liked it. In fact, it was his suggestion that I should start a series on these illustrations, what I would say summary of books that he has written. So thanks to Abhijit that we are going to start with the first of the video in this series on the book Factfulness. The book Factfulness is written by Hans Rosling, Ola Rosling and Anna Rosling. In this, we have divided this summary into three major parts. What is the premise of the book? What is the prescription given in the book? And what are the solutions given in this particular book? So the premise of the book Factfulness is that the state of the world is not as bad as made out by the over-dramatic worldview. We all have an over-dramatic worldview. This over-dramatic worldview is defined by two things. First, of course, is we are overestimating challenges. And second is about we are underestimating the progress that is being made throughout. So overestimating challenges and underestimating progress. The prescription that the book gives over here is that we need to use more and more facts, using facts that would help us curb and counter 10 identified biases and instincts so that we have a better worldview of what we are facing. Now in the book, one by one, all these 10 biases and instincts are dealt with. With each bias or instinct, a small description is given, what exactly is that instinct, and then a specific solution is given. The first such bias is the gap instinct. This gap instinct basically is an urge to divide everything in two opposing or conflicting groups. Like we say otherwise also, that we tend to see everything in a black and white world. But the world is more like gray, and therefore it's very important that we see the bell curve rather than seeing everything in those conflicting groups. The second instinct is the negativity instinct. That is, we tend to notice bad more than the good. It happens so often. The best solution to this is that we need to differentiate between the level of the particular situation, how bad it is, and if the situation is bad, what is the direction that we are moving? That is, are we getting better with time? So the solution is to see level as also the direction in which we are moving. The third instinct is the straight line instinct. Here, we generally assume things continue as before. The solution is to see curves of all shapes rather than going in a linear fashion. We need to see that the curves come in all shapes and things need not move in a straight line manner. Fourth is the fear instinct. The fear instinct is like paying more attention to frightening things. The solution to this is to minimize decisions taken in state of fear. When you are in that state of fear, you should stay away or from making critical decisions. The best part is to minimize decisions in such state of fear. The next instinct is about the size instinct. Now, what is the size instinct? We tend to focus on a single number or event rather than seeing the patterns. And then we define the situation by that one particular factor or one particular event, giving too much importance to the size of that particular event. The solution to this is comparing and dividing the data, seeing the rate change or the percentage change. Absolute numbers can also be misleading, but the percentage will give you a more comparative advantage. So therefore, we should focus on the data in terms of rates or percentage. The sixth instinct is the generalization instinct. Here we assume everyone and everything in one group is similar. But as we know, all 5 fingers are different. So the best way out is, the solution to this is that we must give advantage and weightage to experience, and we must question categories, seek for exceptions in those norms. Seventh one is the destiny instinct. Here we generally assume that the innate characteristics determine destinies. The solution here is that we need to gain as much knowledge as possible. We need to refresh our knowledge about that particular person, of that particular event. So refresh as much knowledge as possible. The eighth instinct is the single perspective. It's a mindset where we prefer single causes and single solutions. The best way out here is to consider multiple perspectives. In philosophy, there is a reference to this that we say Anekant Tavad. Ninth is the blame instinct. Here the tendency is to find a clear, simple reason for why something bad happened. But as long as we keep on harboring this blame instinct, we will not get a solution. Therefore, the solution is look for causes, not villains. As we say, the person may not be bad, the circumstances may be bad. And therefore, look for causes, not villains. And alternatively, when something goes better, something is happening in an expected manner, at that time, look for systems and not heroes. This is a very important thing when we want to institutionalize changes in our life, in our work, so on and so forth. So you should look for causes and not villains when things go wrong, and you should look for systems and not heroes when things go as per our expected line of thinking. Last is the urgency instinct. As the name suggests, we perceive danger and we tend to do immediate actions. This constantly an adrenaline rush anxiety that okay, this is urgent, so we keep on perceiving the danger. The best solution here is that we should avoid knee-jerk and drastic actions. So friends, as we have seen over here, that the premise of the book is we should use more and more facts, more and more experience to ensure that we are not overestimating the challenges in front of us, as well as to ensure that we are not underestimating the progress that we have been making. I hope you enjoyed this particular video, and we will come up with more such videos as we come up with the illustrations of the book summaries. Thank you so much for listening.